Hello and welcome to our Baker Bits and Quick Clips on the book tool in Moodle. This video is going to focus on how to create the book in your course. And we are going to start this off inside of a sandbox shell so that you can see what this looks like. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to turn editing off for a minute so that you can see what this looks like just on its own. I'm going to show you what the book tool looks like. So right now, the book tool looks like a little book icon with a title next to it. And when you click into this book, or when your students do, they're going to see the content in the center, and there'll be a table of contents off to the right. Your students can navigate with the buttons or right in the table of contents. So if they are in the middle of this book, and they can choose to go backwards in the book, or they can go forwards in the book. So it's pretty easy to navigate. So what we're going to demonstrate in this video is how to put a book tool in your course and how to add things to it. So we're going to jump out of the book that's already created, and we're going to make a book. First thing to do, of course, is to turn on your editing mode so that you have the activity and resource tab. So you will click on that. You will find that book tool and click. The first thing that you're going to do is give your whole book a title. So something to keep in mind here is that what we are doing now is creating the book cover. We are not adding content from this viewpoint. We'll do it from a slightly different way. So right now we're just creating the book cover so that we have a place to put the content. You can add description here if you want to, but sometimes that, especially if it's a long description, can actually make it more difficult for your student to navigate around. So I usually just leave that blank, and then sometimes just add it as the first chapter. So we will save and return to course. And here is our book cover. To add content to this book, you click on the title itself, and this will open up where the chapters will go. So our chapter 1 is, we're going to call it Concept 1, because it's important to remember that the book tool does not necessarily have to be related specifically to your textbook. The tool book is kind of misleading in that it's called a book, but it's really there just to give your students a book-like experience. So once you have your chapter title, then in this text box, which is the same as every text box that you'll see throughout Moodle, you will add your instructional material, whatever it is that you want your students to be looking at. In this text box, you can add links to videos, you can add links to documents, you can even add links to other assignments that are within Moodle, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So in this example, I'm going to show you how to add a document. And what you're going to do is give a descriptive title, and so that anybody with a screen reader will know exactly what it is that they're clicking on. It doesn't just say click here. We're going to move to the link button, and we're going to click on Browse Repositories. Choose File, and then in your files, you're going to find whatever it is that you're looking for, select it, and click Open. Once it's set, select Upload this file, and now we have a hyperlinked line for the PowerPoint that we want to add. Once you have everything in here that you want, and it can be as much or as little, simple or as complicated as you see fit, we'll hit Save Changes. And what that does is it starts to automatically create the table of contents for your students to see. When you're ready for the next chapter to be created, you're going to do this from the table of contents with this little plus button. Select the plus button. You're going to go through the same everything that you just did for the first chapter. You'll add your materials as you would want to, any other links or whatever that you might want to have, and save changes. So this then shows you the next chapter in the table of contents. If you are looking to move these around, maybe you want concept 2 to come before concept 1, these arrows are going to show you how to make those move around. So if I want concept 2 to be first, I would click that up arrow, and now I can see concept 2 is at the top. You can change it back around as many times as you want to. Let's say that I want concept 2 to actually be connected to concept 1, and I want visually for that to be kind of, as you would in an outline, be indented a little bit. To go back in and edit concept 2, we're going to hit the little gear icon. That is how you can get back into editing mode in any given chapter. And we are going to select subchapter. Subchapter is what identifies it as then being kind of in outline form indented from the top one. Save changes, and now we see concept 2 is now a subchapter of concept 1. All right, so if I want to add a link to a specific assignment, let's say I want to build in one of my forums. So if that's what I want to do, is embed one of the forums inside of here, we're going to find that forum or assignment or whatever it is that you want that's already part of Moodle that you built in Moodle. You will right click on that. You're going to find copy link and select. And now you have the link to that forum or quiz or whatever on your clipboard. And you'll come back up to the book that you're working in. Select the title to get going. Figure out where it is that you want that to be. I'm going to put it in my subchapter of concept 2. I click the gear icon, and I'm going to say participate in this forum. And this will be done in the very same way as the other link. Highlight the words, click the link button. Instead of browse repositories, you're going to copy that URL into the space that it's in and update link. This now creates a hyperlink right to that activity so that they can just jump there right in from inside of your book. Save your changes so that it's all there. And let's see what that looks like for a student. So we're going to move up to our account. We're going to switch role to. Student is what we want to see it as. And now we're going to see what this looks like as a student. So we're going to select test title because that's the book we've been working on. We see concept 1. We have our PowerPoint. So if they click on that, it comes to them so they can open that file just like they would anywhere else. When they're ready, they can click next. That takes them to our subchapter where they can participate in the forum. They can click on that, and it takes them right to the forum that you might want them to participate in. And that is how the book works.